morning, everyone. I hope you're all feeling good on this Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us again. And we're really, really lucky to have with us Sophie Wedlock-Smith, who is a nutritional expert. And I think it actually sits really well that we're speaking with her this week, being Mental Health Awareness Week, because obviously, food actually is a big part of mental health. So really, really happy to have Sophie with us. Now, I'm just going to turn her camera on for her, but are you there, Sophie? Would you like to unmute?
Hi, everyone.
There we go. Right, I'm just going to get your presentation up.
Hello.
1 second. Here we go.
Brilliant, thank you. Hi, everyone. Lovely to meet you. We had a few technical issues, so Rebecca's very kindly arranging the slides for me today. Today I'm going to talk about how to naturally nourish your skin and reduce the signs of aging through food. This talk is really going to help with all sorts of skin issues, from psoriasis, acne, rosacea, red sore skin, and aging. So if we could go to the next slide, please. Lovely, that's a photo of me where my hair's been seen by a hairdresser. So today I'm going to be kind of talking why I became a nutritional therapist. And it's unfortunately, I've had quite a few health issues. In my early 20s, I beat cancer, but sadly, because of, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can, perfectly.
Brilliant, lovely. Guys, before a little bit of housekeeping before I get into the talk. If you've got any questions, there is time at the end to ask me questions, or you can put them in the chat at the bottom, and I will hopefully see them as we go through. So a bit about me, going back to my early 20s. Unfortunately, I beat cancer, well, fortunately, and the treatment I was given actually made my blood sticky and caused me to have a stroke in my mid-30s. I was left in a coma for quite a while to kind of repair the brain. And when I came to from a coma, the dietitians decided to feed the patients from stroke mashed potato or yogurt. And, I wasn't trained then, but I knew I wasn't getting the vitamins and minerals I needed to help me recover. So I remember thinking, that's not right. I should be having juices and really healthy foods to help give me the best recovery. So I decided to become a nutritional therapist. And the main difference between a dietitian and a nutritional therapist is if you have a headache, a dietitian will say, take some paracetamol, whereas a nutritional therapist will actually say, let's look at how much water you've had. Let's look at your diet over the last 24 hours. How many migraine triggering foods have you had? Have you had coffee, cheese, chocolate, all the nice foods? And we have a look at that in detail, and then we can remove that to really help people. Nutritionists, you quite often get personal trainers who are nutritionists, and they are not qualified to recommend supplements in any way. They're not kind of regulated in any way, so I wouldn't recommend going to see one of those. So, and I specialize in helping people with cancer to lose weight naturally, with skin conditions, and helping to boost their immunity naturally, which is quite important right now. I do individual programs for everyone because we are all completely unique. Remember, we all have unique fingerprints. We have different DNA, so different things might suit one person, but won't necessarily suit another. I'm based in Ascot. I have a clinic in Ascot, but at the moment I'm seeing all my clients virtually online. I have clients all over the globe, even in America, that I see. Can I have the next slide? Thank you. This is a really helpful slide, and I think it's going to help everyone. You don't need to be trained to understand this. You can see how the face links everything in the body. And we know the chin is often linked to hormones. Excuse me, while I have a sip of water. Is often linked to hormones. So time of the month, you'll often get spots here. Often if you've had too much sugar, you might get them along your jawline or above your forehead, which is quite interesting. I think a lot of people, when we went into lockdown, were having too many Chardonnays and chocolate bars, and you would have found you would have had more spots here and perhaps here. Lovely. Another thing, sorry, can we go back? Another thing I often look at with clients, do they have dairy face or gluten face? They tend to get quite puffy faces, it goes a bit red, they're darker under the eyes. If people are darker under the eyes, we know there's some form of inflammation going on in the body, so that's something we need to address. Next slide, please. Thank you. These are basically the main points I'm going to be discussing and helping you with that are really going to help support you when you've got clients coming to your clinic. It kind of will really help you. Firstly, hormones. Quite often these aren't addressed properly because a doctor will often give a teenage girl the pill to sort out her acne. And it's not being addressed. It's not until she wants to get pregnant that she actually starts addressing these. And you tend to find there's a lot of underlying issues that trigger the spots. But it's important to get to the root cause. You'll often find a pregnant woman will either have amazing skin or really bad acne. It's all estrogen related. Then looking at the gut. 70%, your gut has 70% of your immune system, which affects your mood, your absorption of vitamins and minerals. It can cause inflammation in the body. And we also have something called leaky gut. A leaky gut is basically when food particles can get through the tight junctions in the gut walls and into the bloodstream. And these can cause autoimmune disorders and all sorts of inflammation, particularly on the skin. Now we're going to look at stress. No, unfortunately, we do have a lot of nerve endings in our face. So when we're stressed, we tend to reach for alcohol and a lot of sugar-based products to give us a quick dopamine fix, like ice cream and chocolate. And unfortunately, these foods cause a lot of inflammation. So it's important to kind of address this in your diet. And in particular, dairy. There is so much research, if you go online, with a link with dairy and eczema, acne, psoriasis, rosacea, all forms of inflammation. A lot of people think if they go lactose tolerant, that will solve it. I'm afraid it won't. There are so many things you can do to kind of reduce those effects, but just be aware that dairy can cause a lot of problems with skin. The next one is hydration. It's so important to hydrate. If you're just 2% dehydrated, it can affect the systems in your body and reduce their ability to function well by 20%, particularly cognitive health. It can also make you sleepy, can make you feel depressed, can reduce energy levels, and it can really kind of make fine lines appear worse. So at the end, I'm going to go through some really lovely, clean products without fillers, without colours or preservatives. So they're really going to help support you, and then you can kind of recommend them to your clients as well. Can I have the next slide, please? Right, let's see who's awake. This is a little poll. Could you please just put in the chat at the bottom if you're currently taking a supplement to support your skin? If you are, just put yes in the chat, please. Brilliant. That looks about 50% of you, which is actually more than I thought. You're obviously all very savvy people, obviously, when it comes to skin. So today I'm going to guide you on some of the best supplements for your skin. But obviously, being a nutritional therapist, food always comes first. You never have any interaction if you eat too much food, unless you want to get fat. So the next slide, please. Brilliant. These are some of the key foundations to really help support your skin. So firstly, we're going to start with omega-3, which one of the best things to do is eat oily fish. I often say, remember the word smash for salmon, mackerel, anchovies, herring, sardines and herring. So they're the best fish, oily fish to have. Try and have them at least twice a week, and not to have them more than that, unfortunately, because the increased mercury content, they're really going to help plump and make your skin more radiant and dewy. And one of the key things I do when clients come to my clinic to check their elasticity levels, which is directly linked to omega-3, I either kind of put my finger up their skin and see when it bounces back, or on their arm and run my finger. I mean, mine's okay because I eat fish and supplements, but some of my older clients, it doesn't bounce back. And you'll notice people, as they get older, and they'll sleep on a pillow and their pillow marks will stay on there for an hour or so. That's just something to be aware of. And supplementing with an omega-3 may help. There's lots of vegan sources as well. You can get it from flax seeds, organic flax oil, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds. And I love olive oil. So, and it's really good for cognitive function as well. So the next one, vitamin C. Vitamin C is so important because it synthesizes your collagen. So you need it to look young and radiant. The other thing, we all need vitamin C at the moment anyway to help our immune system. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin, so we can't make it naturally in our body. So we have to have it through food or supplementation. We actually don't need that much. The government recommends we have the equivalent of 2/3 of a cup of a red pepper or orange pepper. So what I would say at the moment with COVID-19, double it to really protect yourself and take a supplement as well. The best sources are broccoli, citrus fruits, peppers, fruits, lots of green curly kale and spinach and things like that. So they're the best forms to get it in. Now, vitamin E, which is a great antioxidant. You would have heard the word antioxidant because the government likes to say it's a buzzword, but actually antioxidants fight free radicals, which you need to help keep you younger, and that reduces inflammation in the body. So there are some great things to kind of be aware of that are toxic, that actually cause free radicals, that you might not even be aware of. Firstly, smoking. Also, the lovely Jo Malone room fresheners or candles. Unfortunately, they are toxic. Perfumes are toxic. Car fresheners are toxic. So what I would say, if you have too much inflammation in your body, you need to take a vitamin E. There are lots of delicious, yummy foods that have got vitamin E. My favorite is avocados, olive oil, lots of almonds and seeds, sunflower and pumpkin seeds. Then vitamin A. There are two forms of vitamin A. Firstly, you've got topical retinol. Then you've got from organ meats, which not many of us have these days. So one of the best forms, if you don't like organ meats, which personally I don't, is beta carotene, which you get in a lot of bright orange fruit and veg. So you've probably heard the saying, the old wives' tale, a carrot a day can help you see in the dark. That's because beta carotene is really good for skin health and eye health. So definitely start eating pumpkins, sweet potatoes, butternut squash, orange peppers and oranges, anything orange. Eat something like that every day. Now, vitamin D, the government say everyone in the UK should be supplementing with vitamin D in the winter, and they've actually increased the amount. So what I often say, and I'm going to tell you a really nice supplement at the end. So if you're using a sunscreen to help keep you looking younger, and FILLMED have got a fabulous one, which I'm wearing right now, I would say you need to supplement every day, even in the summer. And even if you're sitting by a window, you're not getting vitamin D. So the foods that have got vitamin D are oily fish, which I've gone through already, eggs and mushrooms. So what I quite often do is have like my smoked salmon, oily fish, scrambled eggs, and some mushrooms for breakfast, which is great protein, but great vitamin D start to the day. Lovely. Can I have the next slide, please? Lovely. Just taking another poll just to make sure you are still awake. Okay, guys, what are the main diet-related things you've noticed that have impacted your health? It may be more than one. I've certainly noticed chocolate and alcohol impacts mine. Alcohol, thanks, Jason. Dairy, chocolate, yes. Alcohol, hydration, all of them. Gluten, yeah, sugar. Brilliant. Sugar, that's in dairy and sugar, absolutely. So I'm not saying, guys, you can't have alcohol and chocolate, but what I'm saying, you do have to be smart with what chocolate you have. So if you have above 80% cocoa level, that would be okay. With alcohol, you need to be quite smart with what kind of alcohol you have. You can have organic sulfate-free wine because that's less likely to cause redness and irritation in your skin. Brilliant. Thank you, everyone. May I have the next slide, please? Brilliant. These are some top suggestions to really kind of help you improve the quality of your skin. Firstly, dairy. You may not know there are two forms of dairy, and this is particularly relevant for people with cancer as well. You've got casein 1 dairy, which is cow's milk, cow's cheese and yogurt. And you've got casein 2, which is sheep and goats. So you've got things like goat's cheese and halloumi. They are safer. So what I would say, we know from all the research that the cow's milk is bad dairy, and it's bad not only for skin, but it's also bad for cancer. But casein 2 from sheep and goat is safe. So limit gluten as well, because gluten can cause a lot of inflammation and redness and itchiness as well. And also a lot of dark circles under the eyes and puffiness. Often if I see someone in the street, I want to say, you've got gluten face, but I have to keep quiet. So the next one, being mindful of sugars. We shouldn't be having more than 30 grams of sugar a day. Now bear in mind the average Whisper bar or Mars bar is 25 grams. So we have to kind of be careful. The other thing, we need to be careful with our alcohol consumption. Often we pair our alcohol with sugary mixes, like the delicious elderflower tonic water for your gin and tonic, full of sugar. Try and go for sparkling water, or go for kombucha if you're going to have gin and tonic. And just think smart and savvy things like that. Again, adding in your essential fats, which we spoke about before, trying to add lots of olive oil, and things like that. And organic flaxseed oil really helps. Now, flavonoids, these are my favorite polyphenols, and they come from things like coffee, they come from chocolate, tea, and green tea. So I'm not saying go to Starbucks and have cream, like doubles espresso with cream on the top and, you know, sprinkles. What I'm saying, if you have coffee, try and have only 1 cup a day and make it organic, because coffee actually has the most pesticides of any food or drink on the planet. So that can really cause a lot of irritation and redness on the skin. So just think clean foods. So you can get some, Earth People have got some really good coffee you can get, and you can buy that online. And then things like foods rich in vitamin A, which I discussed earlier, and vitamin C. Zinc is important because it's really good for fertility and also boosting your immune system, but good for your skin health as well. And so is selenium. You get zinc from seafood, seaweeds, oysters, and things like that. Selenium you get from Brazil nuts, pumpkin seeds, oats, sweet potatoes. So they're things you can easily keep adding in your diet on a daily basis. Okay, next slide, please. Lovely. These are just some of the recommendations I tell people to try. They're really clean and they're lovely and they actually work. The probiotic Simprove is a liquid, and so is Naked Probiotics. And you just take a quick shot every morning before food. It's got billions of bacteria and it's really quite potent. So it's a lovely one to take. And I have to say, because I ran out of Simprove, it did affect my sleep and I did feel quite down. And now I just received a new pack. I'm feeling a lot better now. So that's a really good one to take. With your omega-3, Bare Biology is a lovely product. It's really clean. It doesn't have a fishy aftertaste either. They do it in capsules or liquid form. I quite like it in liquid form. So I take that every day. Take it either after breakfast or after lunch. Don't take it after dinner because it will stop you from sleeping. Also, anyone taking an omega-3, remember supplements interact if people are on blood thinners or if they're on blood pressure tablets. That's just something to be aware of. Vitamin D, I use a company called Better You, and they do great sprays, and you can literally just spray it in your mouth like that, and it's got a lovely minty taste. They're not expensive and they're just really nice supplements. So and you can also get a test with Better You to test your vitamin D levels, because that can really affect your energy levels, your cognitive health, your ability to focus on things, and actually your moods. And then Skinful is a really lovely collagen extract. Do you remember when I spoke about leaky gut earlier? What I often do when I get brides come to my clinic and they want really beautiful skin before their wedding, I often recommend they take a collagen, because collagen is one of the only things that actually heals leaky gut. So I get them to take it at least 3 times a week. And it really helps not only their skin, but their gut to heal. So they'll have a better, flatter stomach on their day and more dewy, glowy skin on their wedding day as well. The last product has won so many awards. It is like the creme de la creme for skin. It's got probiotics, adaptogen, herbs, B vitamins for your hormones, lots of kind of turmeric, collagen, zinc, selenium, and all sorts of things that are really great for your skin. It is quite expensive, but if it's for a special occasion, it's a great investment. I have the next slide, please. Thank you. Right, top tips for today. Firstly, let's optimize your diet. The diet really is the cornerstone to your health. Everyone is individual. We all have unique DNA and fingerprints. Everything works differently for everyone. Remember to hydrate, please. It's such a basic, easy thing. One thing to be aware of, especially women, drinking from a plastic bottle can really affect your estrogen levels. Please don't drink from a bottle that's plastic that's been left in the sun. Major no-no, especially if a woman's trying to get pregnant and's got PCOS, it will really affect her skin as well. Aim for no more than 30 grams of sugar a day. Have a look at sauces and drinks. Don't drink your calories and your sugar. You know, I try and just drink mostly water. Unfortunately, teas and coffees don't count in your water intake. Okay, supplement and eat your oily fish with your omega-3. If you wear sunscreen, please have your vitamin D supplement. As I said earlier, eat at least 10 different fruits and vegetables a day and eat them many different colors as possible. Remember, your oranges are your beta carotene, which are really good, but just try and get reds, yellows, oranges, greens, as many colors as possible. I often tell clients to have 50 different fruit and veg a week. And I tell you, it changes your gut diversity and it will give you more energy, speed up the metabolism and help detox your skin as well. Nutrition is a 360-degree approach. All our systems are linked. So it's not one thing fits and helps everyone. I can't say give up dairy and it will stop your acne. There may be other things involved like leptin, so many different things to test for. Lovely. Could I go to the next slide, please? Okay, guys, these are all my internet handles. I'm on social media, Instagram at Sophie Wedlock-Smith. I share lots of recipes and top tips each week. My website is swnutritionuk.com. That Facebook group, I've got thousands of people in there, and I share top tips daily on the secrets to lose weight and maintain your weight as well. Because Weight Watchers and Slimming World, they can help you lose weight, but they don't help you keep it off for life. So in my group, I share lots of secrets. Then you've got my 30-day reset plan, which helps kind of reset everyone's hormones and speeds up their metabolism. If you have any inquiries, that's my email and mobile. Can I have the next slide, please? Lovely. Thank you very much for listening. I hope it's really kind of been helpful. And please let me know if you have any questions.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Sophie, for that. Guys, I hope you found that as interesting as I did. I've been scribbling notes down like a crazy person. And obviously, whilst we're in lockdown, there has been that tendency to probably reach for the fridge one too many times and certainly for that glass of vino one too many times as well. But yeah, obviously, this is great information for us to be able to take back into our clinics when we return, to be able to be a little bit cleverer with how we're treating the skin, and not just always going for the easy options of the topical applications. Obviously, there's a lot more than that. Actually, somebody's just asking, what could we do? How could we include this in our sort of, somebody else just asked something then. How could we suggest adding this into our consultations when we're actually delivering a skin consultation in clinics? Is it something that you think would be useful to add in, Sophie?
Definitely, I think food is so important. As I said, you can see the elasticity in someone's skin and use that diagram that I use with the spots in different places. The only thing I would say, just remember, if you're going to recommend supplements, particularly the omega-3, just ask them if they're on a blood thinner or have a blood pressure tablet first. If they do, then just say they have the oily fish, chia seeds, flax oil, and things like that, rather than the supplement. Yeah. You can't overdo the food, but you can overdo supplements.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. And somebody else is saying, with your 30-day restart, is it suitable for vegans and vegetarians?
There are a few recipes on there. No, it's not.
No. Okay. So another question here. Lots of dermatologists dismiss the links to dairy and acne. Is there any clear medical evidence to support this either way? Any papers
Yes.
we read? Yes?
Yes. I don't know if you have access to PubMed, or if you go onto Google Scholar and just put acne and scientific research with acne and dairy, hundreds of peer-reviewed scientific papers come up.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for that question, Charlotte. Somebody else is asking, I've got loads of supplements, but they're out of date. Should I throw them out?
Yes. Never take a supplement out of date.
Absolutely. How many fruit and veg would you recommend that people eat every day, Sophie? 10? 7?
I would say I have 6 vegetables and 4 fruit, but what I often do, I take a super green supplement in the morning. I take Udo's Choice Super Green, and I take it after my probiotic, and that has got 4 of your 10 a day.
Brilliant. Okay, so we can try and cut some corners with the best types of...
And it really helps detox you as well.
And how would you know how to identify what a good supplement looks like? I mean, obviously you've got the likes of Holland and Barrett who have shelves and shelves of supplements.
Yeah.
How do you know, we're not claiming to be experts in this area. So how would we know what is the best thing to recommend and what good quality looks like and what genuine quality looks like?
Well, the supplements I've listed are a really good foundation.
Okay.
Just always try and get people to go for the food first, but look out for fillers and colours and preservatives and numbers. Okay. And also chalk. They put chalk into supplements, especially. I always try and go for capsules or liquids because they tend to be a bit cleaner. But just look out for the basic things you would look out in food. You don't want colours, preservatives or numbers, basically.
Okay, brilliant, lovely. Somebody else has just asked, have you heard of Synergy Worldwide and their research into biome?
I've heard of Synergy, but I haven't investigated it well enough to kind of answer anything on it, I'm afraid.
No worries at all. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much for your questions. Sophie, thank you so much again.
It's a pleasure.
Fantastic. And obviously, please feel free to reach out to Sophie or reach out to us. If you've got any other questions, we'd be happy to answer them. So until then, I guess I'll see you guys on Friday for the final seminar of the week.
Oh,
thank you, guys.
Lovely, guys. Thank you very much.
See you all soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.